and State of Play on First, and here's the team. Stephanie Hansen of the law firm Young, Conaway, Stargate and Taylor, and Michael Stafford, also an attorney, columnist, occasional MSNBC contributor. Hi, guys.
Hi, good to see you.
So we're going to show a clip from Tuesday night's Wilmington mayoral debate in the next segment, but there's been one poll done, the University of Delaware and News Journal poll, and it has Kevin Kelly in the lead with incumbent mayor Dennis Williams in third place. Does that surprise either of you?
No, not so much, only because there are so many folks. I think the lead is it's a fairly small margin right now. That's going to shift back and forth. There are a lot of undecideds. The News Journal ran their own informal poll and had Dennis Williams out in front by 30% or something. No, I mean, no, 30% to 19% or something like this. So no, there are so many people. The margins are so small. That lead is going to shift back and forth quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a 21% undecided, so that is a huge factor.
That's a huge number. I mean, you have to assume that the more crowded the field, the more it's going to help the incumbent. But I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. If all of these folks remain in there till election day, till primary day, then maybe Williams still loses.
So they all want to unseat Williams, but you'd think that they might even though they're running against each other, you'd almost think that they'd work together to at least get him unseated, but they're sort of diluting the group of voters.
Yeah,
Correct.
Egos can preclude collaboration. That's, you know.
I think that's what we have.
Okay. Well, the mayor has this strategy. He doesn't want to be a part of any of the debates or affiliated with the News Journal. Do you think that's a smart way to go?
It was the last time. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a strategy that he employed the last time that he ran, and we will see. You know, it's not going to take that many people. He has a certain core group of people that are going to be with him, regardless of whether he does the debates or not, and so that's what he's banking on.
But Michael, you know, Williams is going to do a debate with WHYY and WDEL on August 17th. What does that say to you?
That he's not afraid of debating his opponents if he feels it's the right forum and a fair setting. The fact that he's going to go out there, I think it would be a different story if he was refusing any debates, particularly since he has credible challengers. I mean, not everybody in the field is a credible candidate, but there are credible candidates out there who have a real shot at winning. So he's got to confront them. He's got to go up on stage. He's got to make his case. He's doing that, but he's sort of, you know, being very picky about what forums he's going to do and picking and choosing. Exactly.
I think he's a little nervous.
If I were him, I mean, I would be a little nervous. His opponents have had multiple opportunities to sort of begin to make their case, and you know, I think it's definitely time for him to get up there and answer some of that.
So we have about 7 weeks until the primary elections. You know, what do you think about this letter now that the state Democratic Party chair, John Daniello, sent out to all the Democratic candidates running, you know, encouraging them to sort of bow out? And I had a quote from the letter. He said, quote, "When they balloon to the size that ours have, they benefit neither the candidate nor the party nor the community you seek to represent."
This is what crowded primary fields are what happen when you have a one-party state. And you know, it functionally, not only just in the mayoral race here in Wilmington, but across the board in so many of these statewide races, the Democratic Party primary is the general election. And so it just encourages people, if I'm sitting back and I'm looking at it and I say, hey, I want to be lieutenant governor, I want to run for Congress, I want to be whatever. In large swaths of this state, winning that Democratic primary means your name's on the ballot and you're going to win that race. So I think it just draws these people out.
Doesn't it go against sort of the democratic process, though, to say, yeah, I think you should bow
Well,
out?
I mean, I'm wondering who didn't get the message in the backroom meeting where it was gently put to them that, hey, you're really crowding the field. There must have been some preliminary conversations before that letter came out, and I'm assuming it was sent to everybody just so nobody's feelings got hurt and so the intended target wasn't, you know, too readily apparent. I think we can all speculate who that target was. I don't know. I'll leave that to Stephanie. But it was an odd letter. It was an odd letter. Usually, I mean, to me, the more quality, credible candidates you have, both from within politics, but then also people coming in from, like, you know, the community activist kind of groups and from business, the stronger your party is. I mean, you need that new lifeblood. Yeah. So, you know, looking at the Democratic field, there are certainly weaker candidates among the field in some of the races, but overall, they're not, you know, look at like the congressional primary. I mean, they have 3 pretty good candidates. I don't necessarily think any of them, you know, there's no Lacey Lafferty in the mix. Right. So.
And 3 doesn't seem that crowded to me. But okay, so real quickly, we've gone 2 years almost without a lieutenant governor. You know, that field's pretty crowded. Is that office necessary in your opinion, Stephanie?
I think it I think that we believe it is, and here's why. For the same reason that the vice president is necessary. I mean, what does the vice president really do? It's a just-in-case spot. Just in case something happens to the governor, we need a lieutenant governor that has been elected from that has been elected statewide to represent us in that seat.
But we've gone 2 years without a safety
I
net,
know.
so
The fact that no one's noticed that is really saying something. But I think that it's not likely we're going to get rid of it, and we probably do need it because it gives everyone some comfort that should, God forbid, something happen to the governor, there will be someone that is elected that can step into that spot.
So you think we should have a provision to replace the seat, Michael?
I don't think we're getting rid of it. I mean, I think we're going to have a lieutenant governor. I don't see a large constituency out there saying this is an unnecessary office. I mean, let's get rid of the row offices first. Let's get rid of some of that stuff. Then we can move on to lieutenant governor. I can think of 5 other offices that do much less than the lieutenant governor, even with live bodies in them, before we get to lieutenant governor.
Okay, so we got through the segment. We couldn't mention Hillary or Donald, but we'll just move on.
I'm sorry.
All right, Stephanie, Michael, thank you so much. That wraps up State of Play, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.